Can I help you? Yes, we're baking. You must be a part of the baking? Anyway, hello. So, more kitchen witching, because why the hell not? That's what we do in the year 2020. And one of the things that I've like never really made in general is like breads. I know everyone else got into like bread making during the start of the pandemic or midway through or whatever, but like that was not a thing I did. So I figured I like pumpkin bread. Why don't I try to make some for myself? So this might turn out well, might turn out not. I have no idea, but come along for the ride, and also we can look up random pumpkin-y, magic-y facts. So first things first is in with my pumpkin soup. Last year I learned my lesson with shattering glass pans in ovens and explosions. So we're sticking with canned pumpkin because it makes life easier. We're we don't have to make everything difficult. We really don't. Okie dokie, let's see here. So like anyone else when they're first thinking of things immediately go to like fairy tales. Like with the apple magic when it comes to food, the first thing I went to was poison apples with Snow White for some reason. Apples being a thing to signify life and freshness, but also like death. Like, is that just me? And now with pumpkins, all I can think of is Cinderella, the concept of a pumpkin coach or transformation association, which I mean, I guess pumpkins really signal like the last transience of fall to winter for surezies, right? So I guess it is like a bit of a transformation thing going on. Okie dokie, so I got the wrong, not baking soda, baking powder. That would have ended badly. Switch that out. Okay, now one thing is I don't have any sugar, so I'm kind of improvising a little bit with that. So I figured apple cider is full of spices and sweetness. And this one I think has quite a bit of added sugar actually to it for some stupid reason. And I have honey, which I used in my apple braid tart thing, and it works pretty well, so. 2 cups of this. Who else feels like baking more than cooking? Inherently feels more magical. I don't know if it's like about the measuring out the ingredients, which like the association to me doesn't really make that much sense because I'm a little more chaotic with my magic in general anyway. Like I'm not necessarily this part to this part herb to make the thing, you know what I mean? Like it's not really a thing I do, but supposedly. Oh, we need baking powder and baking soda. Oh. Both is good. Let's think about the exact measurements of it. I don't know, it feels very, am I correct in the 1/4? No, a full teaspoon. The exact measurements of it, I don't know. It just feels more like I'm making things happen. Maybe on the exactness of it, like I'm still like being haphazard with it, I guess. I'm probably just not a very exact person. I'm not that way with my magic. I'm not that way with other stuff either. I'm just like, just give me the good stuff and give me a lot of it. Apparently not too much of nutmeg. I learned apparently if you have way too much nutmeg that can cause some issues. It is now several days later because I get distracted, I don't know. But I was having a little bit of my tea time and I realized that in order to conclude the pumpkin bread video, there probably should still be some pumpkin bread, and this is the last piece. I've been nibbling on it. I've been having a midday tea and taro time pretty regularly, so that's what we're doing. So I figured I would just chat to you guys while I do that. Add some butter on top. I'm gonna douse it with a shit ton of other fall spices because I freaking can. Everything will be good. But I think I was talking before about associations of foods, and I don't know, I find it very interesting to, I guess it's because I'm researching so much else to do with like how our government works and like histories of things, and I don't know, I'm not finding it within me to research too much of the magical stuff and what other people's opinions are, because I am definitely one of those witches who finds that like if you have an association but no one else seems to agree with it, with that thing, like, but maybe it works for you, you know? I think magic is that way. So if you enjoy something and you think it represents the thing, even if no one else is saying it, who gives a shit? It's your magic. It matters what you think it represents. And pumpkins, for me, the more I think about it, the more I really do think of them as transformation. And I'm kind of just like hoping it'll, like, vibing this will transform this year. I've also got my lovely cute teacup again. But I think pumpkins, for me, in general, they do have this very linking thing. And I think it's just because it's so associated with this time of the year, with the transition of seasons. The whole like jack-o'-lantern mix with it. And gourds, they just seem so, I don't know, they seem almost otherworldly to me. Like I remember looking at like pumpkin patches and stuff when I was little. I never see a pumpkin patch that's been like 100% picked over. It's always had like several smashed gourds, certain things like rotting over, bugs coming into them right next to the other gourds that seem to be perfectly fine. As I've like traipsed through them or whatever, you know? And it seems like this constant just signal of transition, and then it's time to go to a different time. It's time to look past what is there. I just think of like the jack-o'-lantern. It's the thing that's supposed to ward off evil spirits, or other people see it as a light that guides the happy dead back home, you know? It's something that is very, again, another signal to things in transition, things going about other planes and worlds, a connection to more than just what is here. And I find that extremely fascinating. That's kind of what someone's blasting some music. I don't mind this tune. But I think that's kind of like what I put into this bread when I was baking it. I'm like so many other people, I'm done with what 2020 has done. I'm aware we're only in October, but I know like Mercury is going to come into retrograde soon, and that will be over the election time too, which is great. Not sarcasm, if you couldn't detect that. I don't know, I feel like we've been through the trial of threes. We're recognizing some things, we're pushing forward. I really hope that this is now less of a transition of pointing out all the ways the tower needs to collapse, and more on, yeah, time to rebuild, time to put some things together. I am ready for that transition phase. I'm ready for the overall energies to just not be so punishing. It's so hard to charge forward. It's so hard to really make radical change if the very ground underneath you even is shaky and unsteady. If there's chaos everywhere, then creating chaos in a certain subsect of your life can be very jarring. It just exhausts us more as people. So let's hope we're turning the tides for that. One thing I do hope that does not leave with the year 2020 is my gratitude for structure. It's like, right now I'm attempting to force some more structure in my day with breaking it up with a bit of tea time. I start it with a small walk. I get out my teacup, set up my tea, pull a little tarot, have a good time, have a little snack. Everything's good. And having to create this structure because there's no other structure going around, right, is just, I don't know, I really appreciate it. I'm really grateful for it. And at least, I guess I now at least know how to find structure when there is no other place for structure. I don't know if you can hear that rustling in the background, but there is a kitty tunnel Amore. Pummel is a lovely gift from one of my friends. Kitties have been very much enjoying it. Anyway, we'll wrap up with this video. And just comment down below, what do you do with pumpkins and baking? And how have you helped to find yourself a little bit of structure in your days during this crazy time? And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.